All right, in this problem, the estimated revenues in billions of dollars from the sales of digital music from 2002 until 2007 can be approximated with this model right here. This is going to range from 2 to 7. What the 2 and the 7 are is the years, where t equals 2 corresponds with the year 2002. So we're going to go from 2002 till 2007, with t being those years, the time, those years. Part A, we're asked to use a graphing utility to graph the model. So if you grab a calculator, you can go ahead and just enter it right in. Now, of course, we don't have a t button, so you'll just substitute your x. Now, you're not seeing all of that function right here because I just didn't have room. But you can see, just use your x. That'll be just fine. It'll graph just fine when you go through that. Now, you might have to play with your window, going back and forth trying to find it on your graph. The window settings that I found worked. I went from 2 to 7 for my x values, and that one I could figure out pretty easily just by looking at this. The y's, though, I really had to play with. I ended up going with from 0 to 2,200, and this number will make more sense when we look at the next part. Once I got a window setting to work, I went ahead and graphed it, and there it is. In this problem, again, we're going to be looking at the average rate of change. This isn't a line, it's a curve. If it was a line, we could simply just connect it to find the slope. But since it's not a line, the best we can do is just find the average. So we'll find the average rate of change from 2002 till 2007. To do that, again, all we're going to do is we're going to substitute in a 2 in for our time in these positions, and the 7 in for those times, and we'll find the average rate of change. When you see the term average rate of change, that is a particular term that always goes with the idea of slope. To find the slope of a line, you take y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Well, in this case, we're not finding the slope, we're finding the average rate of change, but the process is going to be the same. You plug in the x values to get the y values. So 2 would go with the number, the value down here. 7 would go with the value here. You plug them in, and you get those values. Then we'll be doing a subtraction here, and we're going to be then averaging that over this is going to be 5 years, of course, after we subtract this. So I went ahead and substituted those in, and I got my values, and like I said, of course, it's over 5 years, so we subtract, divide by 5, and in billions of dollars, the average rate of change, how much is changing each year on average, is $408.56 billion. Of course, looking back at the graph, we know it's changing more near 2007 than it is way back at 2002. This is relatively flat. It wasn't changing much at first, but then digital music sales started to really pick up, so the rate of change here is actually changing. This type of question corresponds to calculus, because in calculus we will look at instantaneous rate of change.